round two with our fantastic participants. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are seeing me and it looks like I'm leaning, I am in fact doing the lean. The drinks have been absolutely fantastic. There's been an aperitif. I didn't even know what that was until this evening, but I've had it. And so now we're going to have our contestant number one, Mr. Brenton. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Come on out. Now, Brenton, what are you making for us now? The round, of course, is about gin, whiskey, and tequila. What are you going to do for me?
I'm going to use whiskey this round.
Whiskey.
Yeah.
Now, you want to check your bar, make sure that everything is
Yes.
as it needs to be.
Brown sugar, cocoa bitters. Okay.
Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, judges, we are ready.
Time starts now.
So what exactly are you making?
I'm going to make a variation on the old-fashioned today.
How much of this that you're putting in?
That's about 4 drips. Now, because I'm making 4, and I don't see a second mixing glass here,
Okay.
I'm going to use 2 of them.
Okay.
So just pretend it's my mixing glass, everybody.
Okay. Improvising.
So here, I'm using cocoa bitters. Give it a little bit of chocolate taste. A little bit of brown sugar. Because I'm making 4, I don't like to use a lot of sweetness inside of my drinks. I like my drinks to be mostly balanced. I'm going to use ½ ounce for each mixing glass.
All right.
Now today I'm going to use Johnnie Walker.
Okay.
Johnnie Walker first was produced in about 1820, made by Johnnie Walker himself.
Okay.
He came up with the idea back from his father, actually. Just to let y'all know. Pause out a little slow, but don't mind that.
I was wondering, it seemed like the pour was very long.
But back to what I was saying about Johnnie Walker. It's made about 1820. In case anyone doesn't know, there's a difference between a lot of whiskeys. You have whiskey, as in W-H-I-S-K-E, W-H-I-S-K-E-Y. There's a big difference. Okay. In America, America uses they use whiskey with the E for rye bourbons, for Scotland, because that's where this is originated. They use the one without the E. A lot of reasons why, copyrights and all that other,
Okay.
you know.
The legalities of it.
Legalities of
Okay.
it. I like you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You leaning yet? I know you've been drinking a
I
lot.
am lent.
Take your time, okay?
I'm going to try. I'm lented.
I want to kick you off this bar.
Oh, my gosh.
Eh?
Listen. What is this long? Is this like this? This is used to. It's almost like what you use to make rice with. Why is this thing so long?
I cook on the rice. I promise you again. I'll cook. I can boil it, do it. I'm not dog anything, but I can cook later.
I understand.
The reason why I'm stirring it, I'm not shaking it. It's a stir drink, a stir cocktail. So you stir for about 20 seconds.
Okay.
Some cheap ice.
2 minutes remaining.
Now, what do you normally eat this? How is this paired? What do you have? Is it with fish? Is it with
This is
poultry?
a aperitif cocktail. So you'll drink this beforehand, like a nice tomahawk. You look like you like New York strip store.
I mean, I'm a little slim. You don't.
Right.
Hi.
Okay.
I try not to have too much meat, but you know.
Now, I tell everybody, there's a rule for this drink.
Okay.
I may sound a little crazy when I say this, but there are 4 days in the week that starts with the letter T.
T. Tuesday, Thursday,
Today and tomorrow.
and today and tomorrow. Okay. And so that's when we should have them. Am I right?
That's when you should have them.
All right. So you have to strain it as well.
Yes.
Why are we straining it?
Make sure no extra ice particles get inside of it.
Okay.
No
Because
unnecessary ice particles to get inside of
it's
it.
supposed to be smooth.
Nice and smooth.
Okay.
Nice and smooth. I think you all see the reason for my 4 drinks.
I mean, it's perfectly leveled and balanced.
That's how life's supposed to be.
Oh, yes.
Level and balanced.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
No complaining.
Oh,
Life's
yes.
supposed to be.
Yeah, is that your way?
30 seconds remaining.
That's my auntie, I can tell you, that's all.
That's your auntie.
my auntie.
Okay.
She around me today, tell me if I don't lose this, I can kick out the family.
Oh, wow.
Now I'm gonna garnish this with a orange zest
What is the hand motion about? What is that for?
to get all the peels inside of it.
Oh,
You can smell that?
like something that should be in the house, like a little, you know?
You ain't get
like,
that on you right now?
I feel it, like I feel like that. I feel like I do.
Okay.
So, judges, we are done.
Your drink first.
Oh gosh,
Okay.
this is mine. I shall have my drink now. Just a little sip. Judges, I'll wait for you. Protocol being established. Whoop.
Does this cocktail have a name?
To be honest, I came up with it 5 minutes ago. But thinking about it now, cocoa whiskey.
Cocoa whiskey.
Cocoa whiskey.
All right. Judges, we will give you some time to go through your scoring. And while we're doing that, let's have ourselves some conversation,
Gotta put the
Mr.
tray
B. So I see that you make up drinks or the names of drinks very, very quickly. So tell me how many people you would see on a regular basis that come to sit at your bar or that you may have to serve.
Hundreds.
Hundreds. Do you think that you serve the same drinks or you give them a mixture of different things over a quality of time?
I find that a lot of people have a lot of allergies these days.
Right.
So they would say they don't like gluten, they don't do pineapple juice, they don't do simple syrup, they don't even do demerara syrup.
Okay.
So you have to really improvise, and a lot of people starting to really like mocktails.
Mocktails.
Yeah.
That's a big thing now. Are those the sexier drinks?
You know when you growing up, you used to go out back and thing?
Yes.
As a child, you get fruit punch and lemonade.
Yes.
I had a little boy tell me the other day, he want a virgin mojito. I didn't even know what
virgin.
that is when I was younger.
Okay.
So it's like, he's turning fancy.
Yeah, they fancy. They fancy. They fancy. Because we didn't even have telephones. You had to wait until you go to school the next day to see your little boyfriend. But now everybody has a phone.
Yes.
So it's something that's different. So in terms of your beverage consumption or your beverage creation, do you think that you have to also be a culinary chef because you have to figure out what goes well with what? If somebody orders a particular drink, they say to you, I want this, I want that. Do you think that that works for you?
That goes along with pairing.
Pairing.
As a mixologist, I wouldn't say a bartender, you have to know your ingredients. You have to know first time if you put more sour than sweet or more sweet than sour because some dishes particularly require a little more.
Okay, now for someone like me that likes it, I mean, you always mixing me some things, but I think I like a sweeter drink.
Okay.
What would you give to me? I mean, the whiskey, no. I want it sweet.
You look at you like a nice, good strawberry mojito.
That's what I'll get? That has the
With
green.
real strawberries though.
Real strawberries.
Real strawberries.
Okay, I'd like that. Organic?
Organic.
I'm going to need them to be organic.
Organic.
Judges, how are we looking? Are you ready for me? Mr. B?
For me, it was a great job. It reminded me of the previous competition you did. Excellent.
Surprised me with that cocoa element. I was interested to see how well that was going to actually come across, matching it with the bitters going against the Johnnie. And as subtle as the difference as it was, you did it well. It balanced well. It came out. I was trying to explain to them. It reminded me of this. There's a treat. It's like a European like Christmas dessert treat thing, and it's like orange wrapped in chocolate. I can't remember the name of it, but I sipped that and I instantly remembered that like dessert thing. And considering this is like an aperitif, I think that's kind of perfect. So,
Yeah.
good job.
When we look at flavor pairings, combinations, cocoa, orange, always tend to go together. And when you have a spirit, a blended Scotch whiskey like Johnnie Walker Black, those smoky notes definitely came through in this cocktail. I think that those ingredients that you chose highlighted the whiskey, and I think that that was a perfect. It was perfect. It was the best old fashioned that I've had for a while. Good job, man.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
Brenton, the judges have given you their seal. You have done a good job.
I just want to tell my Grammy Shirley I love her, yo.
Tell your Grammy Shirley.
Grammy,
Grammy
love
Shirley? That's your Grammy?
That's my Grammy.
She comes to St. Francis. She attends St. Francis Xavier's Cathedral. I'm in the choir there. I'm in the choir at St. Francis. I see your Grammy very often. She normally doesn't make very much noise. It's the most noise I've ever heard.
When she home, she different. So.
Oh. Grammy? Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back with our other contestants in this wonderful participation. Thank you so much. We will be back in a few moments, and when we come back, we're of course in the second round, and we will be back with our second contestant, Damien.
I feel about the pairing I was assigned. For me, I make old fashions every other day, whether it's bourbon, rye, or Scotch whiskey. So the cocoa bitters really intrigued me, and I was confident with it because it's a simple drink. Just 2 parts whiskey, 2 dashes of bitters, and just a quarter of an ounce of simple syrup, or demerara in this case. Straightforward.
And we're back with our second round and our second contestant. We welcome Damien. Damien, this round is about gin, whiskeys, and tequila. Are you ready to get started?
Ready?
Ready. Let's make it happen. All right, I want you to check your bar, make sure that everything you need is here.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
I good to go.
Judges, are we ready? Yes. Time?
Okay, well, what I'm going to be using tequila. So instead of Don Julio, I'll be using a better brand, Casamigos.
Oh.
This is Casamigos Blanco.
Okay.
So whilst I was in the back, I actually created a name for my cocktail, and I call it Spicy Caribbean Amigo.
Spicy Caribbean Amigo.
Yes.
Spicy Caribbean friend. Right? That's what amigo means in Spanish, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I believe so. I hope so.
So I'm going to start off with a piece of mango. Just a little piece of habanero to add a little bit of spice to it.
Now, habanero in Bahamianese is goat pepper.
I think habanero is a bit spicier than goat pepper. That's my opinion.
Oh. So this is what we used, and this is what you put in it.
Yes.
This, okay.
Yes, that, just a little bit. All right. So I'm going to start off with 2 ounces of triple sec.
Okay. Now, am I going to be able to taste the pepper in this?
I think you should be able to, because of the habanero being a bit spicy. It's going to be really out there.
Okay, now, so the idea of this drink is for it to exude spices.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
So because I added the triple sec, what I'm going to do, I'm going to muddle this down a little bit.
Okay,
So I'm going to release the mango flavors and the habanero flavors.
so mango and habanero.
Yes.
You
mango
mashing
and
them down?
Yes, mashing it down.
Okay, all right.
Okay. So here we go. So now I'm going to add the Casamigos,
Okay.
which is a very high-end brand. I think it's a celebrity brand too. If I'm not mistaken, Ben Affleck, I think, endorses this brand.
Ben married to Jennifer. Okay.
Yeah, you know, Bennifer.
Bennifer.
I think that's the name, Bennifer.
Yeah, Bennifer. They've been around for a while.
Yeah.
Recently got married.
Again.
Yeah, I mean, you know, love. So exciting and new.
Okay.
All right.
So now I'm going to add some orange juice.
Okay. The orange juice will pull flavor?
2.5 minutes
Yes.
Okay. You have 2.5 minutes?
Just to add some citrus to the cocktail. I'm going to go 4 ounces. But what I also will do is that I'm going to change it up a little bit.
Okay.
I'm going to add just a dash of blue carousel
Okay. Why are you going to add that?
for color, basically. Because I added triple sec. Triple sec and blue carousel is basically kind of like the same thing. It has strong orange flavors. So for me adding the blue carousel, it's basically just for color.
Okay. It makes it sexy.
Yeah, sexy.
All right, okay.
You know, kind of like you.
Thank you.
All right, gonna ice this up. I hope my wife don't
I
kill
hope
me
your
for
wife.
that.
I hope your wife will hear you. I think she left. Oh, the second wife here. Okay. All right.
Oh boy,
Tonight,
I sound like I'm in trouble.
you in big trouble.
I guess she'll get over it.
When we win, when you know, you never know if you win, then she'll be in proper form.
Yes. So I'm gonna give this a nice good shake. Here we go.
Okay. I was a little bit afraid. I thought the top wasn't coming off.
Okay. Sorry. What I should do is use a strainer.
Judges, how are we looking with time?
7 seconds. 2, 1, time, continue.
So for garnish, I'm just gonna cut a piece of orange.
Let's go, G.
All right.
Good job, bro.
All right.
And this is for you.
Okay. Thank you so kindly. This is for me. Oh, okay. Glory in the land. I taste it. And it smells wonderful. It really smells. Damien, I like how this smells. I just one little more sip. Just hold on.
You should make sure I drink a lot of water after that.
I like it. I like it.
Okay.
And the thing about it, the gold pepper isn't overpowering.
Yes.
So I like this. Is this something that you would create on the cuff for one of your guests?
If need be, if the time arises, then most definite.
Now, you have consistent persons that come to the bar and they want the very same thing. What if one night, like one Friday night, on a date night, and you say to them, listen, try a little something different. Is this maybe something that you'd want to?
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay, all right. So aside from mixing food with your drink. What would I pair this with? Would I have this with shrimp or would I have this with chicken? What would I eat this with?
I would say a nice grilled chicken.
A nice grilled chicken.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
say a nice grilled chicken.
All right. Judges, Mo is leaning just like I am, it seems. Mo, how are
I
you?
was whispering to my compatriot over here.
No, she was whispering to the Caribbean amigo.
Yeah.
Oh, Caribbean amigo, Bahamian amigo.
Maybe him and
Okay.
Amigo, yeah.
Judges, are we ready for our conversation?
So I'll say again, Damien, good job. And I know I'll say this to the audience. It always takes a lot to go up here and do what these guys are doing.
Yes.
It not only are you putting, yourself on the line, your reputation, regardless of the outcome here today. I'd like to raise a glass to these fellas because everybody's doing a tremendous job. Let me just say that. What I like about you, Damien, everybody knows you have an amazing personality. Energy. Keep that up. I will correct you about the celebrity endorsement. It's George Clooney.
It's Clooney.
George Clooney and not Ben Affleck. And the cocktail visually is beautiful. But it's always a thrill when persons are adding spices or a pepper to a cocktail. There's always a thrill, and that is definitely something that you look for when you add something like a habanero or a gold pepper. You want that presence. And unfortunately, this cocktail does not have that. It kind of fell short of the spice. Good flavor profile, but it fell short on the spice for me. But nonetheless, good job. Keep it up.
I would say I echo everything he said. Again, it is very refreshing. You said chicken, and he went, yes, that makes sense, with like a little salsa. Like I got it, like I saw it. It was great. From a brand rep perspective, just a note. Everything here is one brand. So to say that I'm going to use a better tequila is a little problematic. What you say is my preference.
My preference
is
what
the Casamigos. You see what I'm saying? As opposed to saying like the better tequila here is that. So always be kind of very conscious when you're representing a brand, especially when all things are in house. That like all of these are great, but the one I work with the most or the one I prefer is this thing. You always have to be very, very careful with that language.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Sweeting?
Not much to say, just echo the sentiments. It was a good drink. I like it. Visually appealing, very tasty. It wasn't more than the cocktail, eh?
All right. All right,
great
ladies
job.
and gentlemen, we have Damien here. Let's give him a round of applause. Damien, thank you so much. We are in our second round. When we come back, we will have our third participant. It's going to be a fabulous evening. We'll be back.
I was quite confident with the pairing. It's just a matter of, for me, with execution. I just have to remain calm for the next round and, just do my best. But I was quite confident with the pairing. I love tequila and using the tequila brands that we have. I think that I did the best that I can.
And we're back with the second round and our third contestant. We welcome Danico. Danico, how you feeling?
Feeling confident.
How your nerves?
Level.
Smooth. Everything good?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so our second round, you are our final participant. We're dealing with gin, whiskey, and tequila. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's ride.
Let's go.
Are you ready?
I am.
He's ready.
Now, time's up now.
Okay,
sorry.
so I will be making a licorice and rosemary gin martini.
Now, licorice as in candy?
Licorice as in candy. So we use the star anise. The star anise is a licorice flavored botanical. So why use the star anise and the licorice flavored botanical? Because licorice is one of the flavors that are present in the Tanqueray gin. So the Tanqueray gin has licorice, blackcurrant, and also juniper and the angelica root.
Okay. And all of these things that we use on Sunday dinner, like I heard you say juniper root. I mean, I've rosemary.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right.
So I go in with 1 ounce of the rosemary syrup. So we also know that the cocktail has to be balanced in order to taste correct.
Right.
So we go 1 ounce of lemon juice.
The lemon juice gives it the balance.
The lemon juice balances the sweet. So you get sweet and sour. Sweet and sour always needs a balance.
Okay.
So then we go 1.5 ounces, which is 1.5 ounce
Right.
of gin. So we're making 2 cocktails in 1 shaker tin. So I go 3 ounces in each shaker tin.
And this is gin.
Yes, it is.
Okay. And you're pouring all of that in.
Yes, I am.
All right. I'm making sure that we have the, I want to make sure that everything is proper here. Okay.
And so our star flavor, which is the star anise, which is our licorice flavor.
That gives it the sweet.
No, it actually gives it the flavor in the cocktail. So it basically is the presence of the flavor, like I said, with the licorice. This is a licorice and rosemary cocktail. So we go in with 2 pieces of the star anise. It is a very strong botanical, so you don't really need much of it.
Now, what is a botanical? What is that?
So a botanical is one of, I would say, how can I put this? A botanical is one of nature's creations. More is similar to a vegetable, but unlike a vegetable, whereas you can pick it and eat it, a botanical has to be prepared before.
Can I buy this in the food store?
What, the star anise?
The star anise.
Yes, ma'am, you can.
All right.
Something's off. Okay, so I think I went off with the gin. So I'll just add 1 more ounce just to be balanced.
One more ounce of gin has been added. So this is a heavy drink, right?
Not really.
Okay.
1 shaker was off, the talking, and I got distracted.
I distracted you. It didn't spill.
It did not open.
It didn't spill.
Hands are a bit slippery.
So why are you throwing the ice off?
So I basically chilled the glass because
Oh.
every martini drink has to have a chilled glass.
Judges, how are we with time?
A minute and 20.
And explain the color.
Okay, the color comes basically from the star anise and the lemon juice, whereas it balances off to a pretty leafy green brown.
Excuse me.
Tray.
Judges, how are we with time?
30 seconds.
So
we use 1 piece of star anise and for garnish.
For a little floater.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Looks really Christmassy too. Yeah.
Straight. Straight. The time is good. We just finished talking about star anise. What do you?
Done.
Oh,
right.
applause, applause. Right.
Can we have a round of applause for Danico? Danico, have a conversation with me. This is a very sexy drink that you've made here with the star anise. I've never even heard of that. Botanical. Did I say it right?
Botanical.
Botanical. All right, wonderful. So is this something that you would have had a thought pattern to, that you would have created in your mixology room? Explain the drink.
In all honesty, I looked at the drink, I looked at the ingredients, and knowing the flavors of gin, the lemon juice, some people would say, is a throw-off because licorice is a hard flavor to balance. So I use lemon juice because sweet always needs some type of balance, but you gotta know if you wanna use bitter or sour.
Okay.
So in this instance, it's a martini. I took it to be more of a refreshing drink, so I went with more of the sour side.
Okay.
And the rosemary syrup I used was a twist to make it more of that botanical flavor drink.
So is this a drink that I would have on Friday afternoon with my girls when we get off from work and we don't want to go home?
Okay, so this is, I would call something like this a classy cocktail because the star anise in particular is something that you won't find in every bar. So if you go to a bar and you find the star anise,
You top
are a
shelf.
really top shelf bar.
You top shelf. All
Yeah.
right. Judges.
Okay. This is a fantastic cocktail. Off the rip. This is a fantastic cocktail. It's very well balanced. I'm not gonna lie. We were over here peanut gallerying like a little bit. We was like, oh, I know you can do the thing. It was like, we can do that. But in tasting it and smelling it, first of all, as soon as it landed, the aroma was like, I was like, okay, well, I'm going in. You know, let's see what we gotta do. It's very well balanced. I'm strangely excited by this cocktail. I'm not a gin drinker, particularly. And the way that you kind of balance that star anise and that use of lemon, it kind of balanced out a lot of the things about gin that are usually difficult for me to palate. This was very easy to drink. I'm gonna drink this whole thing. Y'all leave this a confidence glass. I can let y'all know I can drink this one. I did have a question at one point when she asked you about the color, like what brings the color. And you said the star anise and the lemon juice, and I was a little concerned about that. Seeing it up closer now, though, I do realize that in you shaking it in, there was a little bit of the brown that kind of like would have seeped out from like, you know, the star anise into it. So I'm gonna let that one go. I ain't gonna press you, and I ain't gonna hold you. I'll leave the technique things to the big boss over here. Yeah. But all in all, fantastic cocktail. Yeah.
It's off the chain.
Now, before we get to your response, Marv, Mr. Sweeting, you are a master chef, right?
See,
Now,
he brought me in because of my taste buds.
right, and
Yeah.
you know, remember one time you made some candied yams one time ago, and I was listen. I'll
Yeah,
we'll-
leave that one
We can leave that one alone. But as someone that's delved into culinary and you've won awards around the world, when you think of this drink, what does it invoke in you?
More.
More.
Just more. It's just like the star anise give you that Caribbean there. That's a bold thing he did though.
That's bold.
That's because star anise is so strong. When
Right.
you could make a lemonade with that, you put two of them in that or iced tea, that'll permeate through the whole drink.
Okay.
The more it steeps, the stronger it gets.
And he did a fantastic job with it. Mr. Marv Cunningham, master mixologist, Mr. Africa, Mr. Australia, all around the world. What tell me about this? What do you think?
So Danico,
Danico, come closer.
Danico,
Oh, now you don't want to run up on the table.
so I tell you, this is an excellent cocktail. I like the fact that you took a chance. It was a very, very bold move to use star anise and the way that you did. It's almost like using pepper. You have to gauge your ingredient. And I like the way that you gauge that. Like I tell you, these guys up here, and they're performing. So I know you get a little nervous, and I see you drop the shaker, even the jigger. We must always be mindful. We must always be mindful of our mise en place and how we have the bar set up so we can avoid future accidents like that. And Something else. I got you. Botanical. Botanical.
I ain't gonna lie though. If this don't work, sell insurance. Because you saw that story. He was like, it's like a vegetable, except you have to prepare it. But he ain't flinch though. He ain't blink.
Wait, in the court of law, but he would get away with that.
Tell you.
Say strong.
Oh,
Right.
say
Say strong in your wrongness.
Say it with your chest.
Yes.
But for those that don't know what a botanical is the extraction of flavors and oils from plants and herbs, and even citrus fruits like your orange, your lemons, your limes, grapefruits, because they have the essential oils in the peel. So those are the kind of things that make up what a botanical is, and those botanicals are very essential in the production of a Tanqueray and even Tanqueray 10. So these gins, everybody knows the dominant flavor in a gin is juniper. But then you have the multiple botanicals that help to bring the flavors of the gin full circle. All right, so I'll wrap it up. Good cocktail, good job.
Thank you. What were my thoughts on the mystery basket items? Somewhat surprised, but nonetheless, it wasn't, I would say, intimidating. No, it wasn't. It was more of an exciting feeling for me knowing that I get to actually play with this type of stuff. So it was pretty intriguing. Okay, so I selected the items that I did because one, a few of the flavors I was familiar with, and two, like I said, no one in the competition used Zacapa. So I took it as an initiative to go ahead and say, hey, let me show you that a drink can be made with run Zacapa and not run from it.
We will be back in a few short moments with our third round and our 3 participants. So Nico, thank you so much for participating.
Thank you.
Thank you.